Hello everyone, my name is Fatin, and for this assignment 1 for subject CSC508, I made a bookstore system, and now I will be explaining my code. Okay, firstly, let's take a look at the class. I have 5 class total. As you can see in this project, we have the compulsory one, which is the class node, linked list, and empty list exception. And the other 2 are bookstore class and main bookstore class, or we use bookstore app. Okay, now let's take a look at the first class, which is class node. Okay, this is the class node. We have the object and node. Next, we declare the object and node. This is the default constructor, the normal constructor. This code to update data. This code is to update the next node. This code is to call data, and this one is to get next data. And the last one is to print the data. Next, we take a look at the linked list. Here we import java.util and we declare node head, tail, and current. This is the code for default linked list clouds. And this code is to check whether the linked list is empty. This code is to insert any data at the front of the linked list or head of the linked list. This one at the end of the linked list or the tail of the linked list. This code is to return number element in the list. This one is to return first element in the linked list. This code is to return next element, and this code is to return the last element. The return number element is used for the find total number of book. This one is to remove first element if we want to delete any book in the array list. And this one is to remove last element. This one is to delete node. Delete node is to delete any book title in the list. And last one is to print data. Next one is a public class empty list exception. This is for when the list is empty. Next, we will take a look at the bookstore class. I already declare all the variable. This one I declare the variable value. This one is the getter. Later we will use this in the main app. This two is a setter. Last one, we'll take a look at the bookstore app. I already import things that I use here, which is util, option pin, and array list. So here I call out the scanner and linked list. I name my linked list as blist. And I declare here title, code, quantity, total books, the price, and the total. I use double because we have cents in the price. Okay, here user will enter amount of book. The first pop out, the first print line that we use is to ask user to enter amount of book. So if the user enter 5, this question will repeat 5 times. So next, after key in the amount of book, user will key in the book details, which is the title, code, quantity, and price per unit. This one to call back the class. This one is the calculation, the total. Please insert at back. So every repetition, it will insert at the back of the linked list. This code is to find the total book available. So it will pop up here, print line here, the total number of available book. How do we get here? Is total book and the quantity. Next, we will find the average price of all the book. This total divide by total book. So total books is like the quantity, all quantity, and total is actually total price of all book. And here we get average price book in this bookstore is RM, the output. Here, okay, this coding is to find the minimum and the maximum for the data that user have key in. So we use price max and price min. And this is the code. And this is system output print line, and we pop up the output. Is the most expensive book is RM, the maximum, and the cheap book is we output the minimum price. Now we move to array list. Before we use linked list. For array list, we find the affordable book. I put range here is from 20 ringgit until 50 ringgit. I count that as affordable book. Before that, all these have been transferred from linked list to array list. I output this to alert the user. So every book, there is no limit. If all books are affordable, all will be on display. So every book that's in range from 20 ringgit until 50 ringgit will be output here. I call the bookstore class this bookstore. So all this information will be pop up here. So this book is in our affordable range. Book title, book price, book quantity. Yes. Next is the search function. What book do you want? So if the customer input the book title and if found, then true. So the output as book title found tambah search found plus search found. And if the book title that the user input couldn't be found, then book title no found. Okay, lastly is to remove and delete data. In this coding, we delete all, including the title, the code, the quantity, and the price. Every data in the array list. Using just the title, but remove all, because this bookstore, this one, we just call the title, but we delete everything that related to the title. So after delete has been removed. Okay, now we will try to run my system. Okay, firstly, the user will need to enter the total amount of book. The total number of book will also be determined the total number of loop. And next, the user will enter the title of the book, the book code, the book quantity, and the book price per unit. User will need to re-enter as many times as the total amount of book that they enter earlier. After the user then enter all the book info, this is the output that they will get. They will know the number of available book, which is the total summation, the average price, the most expensive book, the most cheap book, and the affordable book, which is within the range of price RM20 until RM50. The user can use the search function. If the book does not exist, the output will be displayed like this. And lastly, the user can remove any book title.